tomorrow, and what's the score?
Are you going to give it an extra point? You gave me 3 to start. Can I get an extra 4? Can I get 4?
I thought we rescinded that bet.
No.
I thought that Jalen Hurts was a rescission.
Oh, you want to rescind it?
No, I thought you wanted to rescind it. No? Oh, so now you want the 4 points?
I want it.
Okay.
You give me 4 points in Gardner Minshew?
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
See, I did that. I wasn't supposed to give but 3. Skip, I think Gardner Minshew will play well. He doesn't have to play great because he has a tremendous supporting cast around him.
He does.
Look at his offensive line. Got 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. A.J. Brown made the Pro Bowl. Miles Sanders made the Pro Bowl. So he has 5 guys surrounding him that made the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
Devontae Smith has 3 field catches. He's going to go over 1,000 yards. Dallas Goedert is coming back in this ball game.
He is.
So their complete arsenal will be in full effect. Like I said, I think Jalen Hurts, we know Jalen Hurts is not a system because he makes this thing flow so smoothly.
He does.
But Gardner Minshew has been a starter in this league. He has won some games in this league.
Yes.
And I think he's a very solid quarterback. As I said, as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, I like their chances. And the Cowboys has not been able to generate the pressure that they did at the beginning and the middle of the season. They've kind of tapered off down the end.
Yep.
The Eagles have the second-ranked defense overall, number 1 against the pass, first in sacks, and they have the best cornerback tandem in all of football. So with that being said, and the inconsistency in which I've seen the Cowboys display over the last several weeks, I'm going to take those 4 points, and I'm going to take the Eagles 30-27.
Oh, you're going to – wait, you want 4 points plus you say they're going to win it on the field?
Yeah,
well, then give me 3 points.
No. You at home.
Well, let's just go straight up. No, come on. You got to have the courage of your convictions.
No, don't try to weasel out of this thing now.
I'm not weaseling. You're weaseling.
No, you told me for 2 months we're going to get revenge.
I have told you that.
Even I think it was a Monday night. You came in here that Tuesday. You like, I'm going on record right now. We will get our revenge.
I did say that.
Okay. Well, get your revenge.
Okay. So you're calling. I got to write this down because these things tend to get changed.
No, they're fluid.
Yeah, they're fluid. By the end of the show, this score will change. Shannon Sharpe says 30-27 Eagles.
Eagles.
Mustache is going to beat us 30-27.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. What part about that didn't you get?
I think we're about to draw a mustache on the Eagles.
Oh, y'all going to do the Andy Reid?
Yeah, we're going to do the Andy Reid. That's what we're going to do.
Take for a commercial, huh? Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to have the courage of my convictions. I'm going to have nothing but guts. I'm going to the end of the limb, and I will give you 4 points for 5 cases right now. I'm going to give you...
I always thought we already had like a couple of cases. You want more cases.
I don't know what we have, but I'm just saying right now it's 5 because it's fluid. It's been fluid for about 3 months now.
I feel good where I'm at right now.
Okay, 5 cases you get Philly plus 4. You've got Gardner Minshew plus 4 points.
I'm going to stay with my little 2 cases.
You only want 2 cases?
I only want 2.
All right, I'll go easy on you because it is the spirit of giving time. So I'm going to give you mercy right now, and I will do it for only 2 because you're going to lose the 2 because you'd lose 5 or 7 or 10 or whatever. I believe that my team is going to give its fans a very Merry Christmas. I'm going to stand by what I've said all along. This is the game my team has been pointing to really for like 2 months. And I believe that is why they struggled against the Texans. I believe because they weren't totally focused on Jacksonville, which, by the way, made another statement last night. That's a good football team.
They are.
They have come of age right before your eyes.
Yep.
So I don't believe it was any huge shame in losing in overtime to Jacksonville, but they weren't completely focused. Now's the time. And I believe that my team is poised to make not just a division statement. I'm talking about they're going to make a Super Bowl statement on Saturday at Jerry World. Tomorrow at Jerry World, Super Bowl statement where they will force you to sit back and say, you know what? This team's got a shot to go places. I mean, going all the way places, as in go to Phoenix, where Fox will be for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and this team has a shot to be one and done. This team has a shot to be one and done.
Okay, well, you said that from the start, mainly because of my quarterback. Okay, so before I really launch into this, I'm going to give you everything you just said, because the Eagles, you've said all year, they're the best team, and they are. And it actually hurts my heart that Jalen Hurts isn't going to play in this game, because I just believe in him, and I honor him and all that he's achieved this year. And it's too bad that he can't play in this game because I would much rather beat them with him. I just would.
Well, your chances increase of winning because you had no chance if you played.
All right. Well, you could make that case, but I still believe in my team. But I'm also going to give you this. We are up against it because we lost our leading tackler at Jacksonville in Leighton Vander Esch, the Wolf Hunter, and he has been declared out. He's got a pinched nerve. At least it wasn't some cervical issue where he needs to be hospitalized and needs surgery over it. But the point is, I don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's definitely out for this game. And I've been down my second and third best corners, and that's a problem because fat Kelvin Joseph got smoked by Zay Jones, and he got yanked from the game, and Deshaun Wright went in, and then he got banged up and got dinged, and I'm not sure what we're going to do at the second corner. They may switch that Deron Bland out there. I don't know what they're going to do.
You get cooked too tomorrow.
Okay, all right. You could be right about that, but I still believe in my pass rush, and it will be on defense the difference in this game. And yet, now Trevon Diggs has been sick all week. Micah's been sick all week. They've been limited in practice. I don't know what their illnesses are. I don't know.
He's got A.J. Brown. I don't blame him. I get sick.
Okay, maybe they got A.J. Brown disease.
I don't know.
And then my best young pass rusher, Sam Williams, was involved in a car crash yesterday I saw the pictures of it. It looked horrible, and he went to the hospital, and they released him, and he's supposed to be at practice today.
He hit somebody, somebody hit him.
I couldn't tell. I don't know. I don't know the details of it. It sounds like they said the other car turned in front of him. I still don't know whose fault it was, but whatever. He was in a Corvette, and it got mangled. Yeah. He seems very blessed that he walked away from that one, but they did take him in for observation, then they released him. Okay. So I got all that up against me while your Eagles, they sound like they're just about completely healthy except for the quarterback.
Except the most important.
Okay, I got it. But Dallas Goedert has been gone for 5 games, and he is back, and so that's going to help Gardner Minshew just a little bit.
Yep.
All right, now I'm back to my team. And I believe, as I mentioned to you yesterday, and I'm going to delve deeper into this right now, I believe that the NFL world is now completely sleeping on my team because it lost in overtime at Jacksonville. And because my quarterback has maybe not become a turnover machine, but an interception throwing machine over the last, whatever he's been back since.
8 interceptions in 6 games.
That's 8 and 6. Do I love it? Nope, I don't. But I'm here to tell you, I believe Dak Prescott will play his best game tomorrow at Jerry World. Now let's look at what happened this season. My team is 10-4 because it lost 2 games in overtime. I want you to look at the body of work. 2 games in overtime in which it was in commanding position to win both games.
Yeah.
It's up 28-14 at Green Bay, and then in overtime, it wins the toss, and Tony Pollard goes crazy and is going for 7 and 7 and 9 and 9. And then you know the rest of the story. They turn down a 53-yard field goal and try to go for it on 4th down, and they blow it. Okay. But they were in position to win the game at Green Bay. At Jacksonville, it's 27-10. They are in commanding position. Then they had 2 late chances to just slam the door on Jacksonville, and they did not.
Correct.
I got it. But you're looking at glass as not half empty. You're looking at it as empty.
But don't you see a recurring theme? That you guys can't handle success? That you get a big lead and then the team walks you down?
But the point is, we didn't lose 44-0 in those games. We didn't lose 30-0, which we were behind Denver last year at Jerry World with 4 minutes left in the game when you least expected it. It wasn't like that game I brought up yesterday where late in the year in 2018 when we seemed to be on a playoff roll, we go to Indianapolis and lose 23-0. We flexed our firepower in both the road overtime losses.
Right.
And then what happened in the other game? We lost at Philly, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to discount the opener because Dak stunk in the opener, but it was against Brady. It feels like it was 3 years ago, right?
Think about it, though, Skip.
Okay.
Think about considering how Brady played the whole season.
Well, I know. It was like everything flipped in that game because if you look back, is that not by far the best game Tampa played the whole year?
Yep.
But Brady and company managed only 19 in that game, but with Shaq Barrett still alive and well, quote unquote, still rushing the passer. They held Dak and company to 3 points in that game. It was 19-3, right?
Right.
Okay, now, the fourth loss occurred with my backup quarterback at their place, at Philadelphia's place, right? And we fell behind late in the first half, 22-0. Remember this?
Yes.
Then what happened? Cooper Rush already, he suddenly started to Cooper Rush on them. And he drove them to a late field goal at the end of the half, so it's 20-3. And then guess what he does in the third quarter? He goes 79 yards in 9 plays. Not all Cooper Rush, but I'm saying he orchestrated 79 in 9. And then they get the ball right back, and they go late in the third quarter. It's really just 2 third-quarter drives. They go 93 yards in 15 plays and go touchdown, touchdown. Remember, the second touchdown was the kid you like, Jake Ferguson, caught a 7-yard touchdown pass. And all of a sudden, you look up, and it's 20-17 Philadelphia, with 14:34 left in the football game. Well, we played them pretty straight up, and then we couldn't stop Jalen Hurts. Well, Jalen Hurts stopped himself now. He's not even going to play in this game, right? He converted 3 straight third downs in a drive that they just took back control of the game, and they went up 26-17, and you know the rest of that was the end of it and ball game. I just detailed our 4 losses. We're both going to write off the first one. 2 overtime road losses and another road loss at Philly, in which my backup quarterback actually played pretty well against them. And again, in rush yards, they're 4th in the league in rushing at 159, and we held them to 136. Well, that's not terrible. We didn't get run off the field by Philly, so I think we're pretty confident going into this game.
What did you hold Green Bay to?
Okay, it was 205. But we're 24th in stopping the run.
What did you hold Jacksonville to? See, this is what the concerns that you should have, that you've had large leads, double-digit leads, and you lost those games. Because now, and what happened? Your offense turns the ball over, and your defense can't get timely stops.
Okay.
So that should be a concern of you, but it doesn't seem to be a concern of yours. And rush defense. Green Bay go for 200. You remember you gave up 240-something to Chicago.
Yeah.
So your rush defense, and Houston was running the football until Pierce got hurt.
Okay.
So that's not a concern of yours. There doesn't seem to be anything as concerning of you, even though
I'll tell you why. We got too much firepower. That's why 3 weeks ago I finally said, you know what? I'm going to quit tiptoeing about this. My team is flat out loaded with star power and firepower.
Okay, your offense jams. You get those big leads, and you can't fire anymore after that. Your defense can't stop anybody. So what good is all that firepower if you can't use it?
Can I demonstrate firepower to you? Do you realize we beat the Cincinnati Bengals with our backup quarterback because he completed 3 straight clutch passes in the last 57 seconds?
That's been so long ago.
Okay, we did that. We did that. We sacked Joe Burrow 6 times. I'm just saying, we did that.
Yes. They're a much different team now.
Do you realize at the Giants that my man Cooper Rush went over 2 third-quarter drives? He went 12 of 13 for 129 yards. And it wasn't all him. They blocked for him. Tony Pollard was emerging as a star, and CeeDee Lamb had a huge game, and he did make the Pro Bowl, okay?
Yeah.
And I believe he's a top 10 receiver. Detroit at home. Do you realize we beat them in the second half 21-0? They're pretty good. It's hard to beat them. We shut them out in the second half, and you know they can score on people, right? We go to Minnesota. We beat them 40-3. That's when I sat back and said, God, look at this. Maybe it's about Kirk Cousins, but look at this.
But I will say this, Skip. When it goes well for you guys, it goes really, really well.
It does.
But when that thing starts to, here's the thing. When it starts to veer to the left, you guys can't slowly get it back under control and put it back in the road.
I'm only halfway home here. We're doing my body of work.
Okay.
Indianapolis, fourth quarter
Really,
interior work.
Skip?
Wait, listen. 33-0 in the fourth quarter. Think about that. What NFL team is capable of doing a 33-0 in the fourth quarter?
What team is capable?
Vikings.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What team is capable of losing a 33-0 game?
Okay. You can argue, although that same team beat my homeboy at Indianapolis, right? Okay. Giants. Thanksgiving, second half. We looked like we were in some trouble at halftime. What was 13-7, I believe?
Right.
And we beat them 21-7 in the second half. I will take that to my bank because that was impressive. And then we just mentioned the 2 road games. You're up To go up 28-14 through 3 quarters at Green Bay is impressive to me. To do a number on Jacksonville that had just done a number at Tennessee on Tennessee to be up 27-10 is impressive to me. It's flexing firepower.
Right. But Skip, what good is all that muscle if you can't use it? You told me your defense is going to carry you. So 28-14 should be enough. They walk you down.
Okay.
You told me your defense can carry you. You're up 27-10. That should be enough. They walk you down.
All right, but you always tell me it's a long season and you're going to have some bad days, right? I'm not sure my team had one what I would call bad day. I didn't see a stinker except the opener, and it just seemed, I'm dismissing it because it was a long time ago, but I never saw a bad sign where I said, oh, no. And I can write off Jacksonville. Okay, they had 503 total yards in overtime. They had 192 rushing. In over, you know, it took an extra time frame, right? But the point is, they're looking ahead. They want Philadelphia, and it was the classic, are we there yet game. Are we there yet?
This is what I don't understand. They weren't looking ahead when they blow the doors off Minnesota. They weren't looking ahead.
The week before Philadelphia.
No, Skip. No, hold on. You say they've been looking for this game because that's what you chalked it up to when they lost to Green Bay. They weren't looking ahead when they blew the doors off Minnesota. They weren't looking ahead when they scored 33 against Indy in the fourth quarter. They weren't looking ahead when they outscored the Detroit Lions by 21 in the second half. They weren't looking ahead then. They only look ahead when they lose.
No, it was just the week before. It was the one. And it started with the Texans because they're definitely looking past the Texans because, oh, we got to do this. Yeah, you got to do it. And finally, in the end, Dak said, okay, I got this. 98 yards later, they went.
What were they thinking about Green Bay?
Okay, well, again, Aaron Rodgers owns them. He psychologically owns them, and we had him dead to rights, and in the fourth quarter, he turned back into Aaron Rodgers. He was sensational. He looked as good as he's ever looked in the fourth quarter, okay? So what do I know about my team that everybody else is completely underestimating and overlooking?
What?
We lead the whole NFL in takeaways on defense. Is that not good? Can you not like hang your hat or your helmet on that?
But what you've done, you built up a big cachet earlier in the year, the middle part of the season, where you took the ball away. Cooper Rush did not put the ball in harm's way because he's not a guy that take a whole lot of risks. They weren't willing to push the ball down the field.
Okay.
But look at what your offense has done over the last 5 weeks, how they've given the ball away.
Okay, I got it. But we are still, body of work, we're second in sacks to Philadelphia. I give you that, but we're second to Philadelphia, and I believe we're going to have some more sacks of Gardner Minshew. I just believe we will.
You do know you got one in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, we're going to get Gardner Minshew. We're going to get him 4 or 5 times.
Hold on. So they're not going to get Dak Prescott. So you say you're going to get the Gardner Minshew because you're second in sacks, but the number one sack team is not going to get to you because of why?
Because Tyron Smith is back at right tackle, and he got one rust game under his belt at Jacksonville. And he had some low moments where, especially on the final play, on the pick-six play, he got beaten on that play. But he's a first-ballot Hall of Famer who's been out, as you know, almost the whole year.
Yeah.
But he is back. And I think he's going to make a huge difference in a big game at right tackle because the kid Tyler Smith has been a godsend at left tackle, and we still have a first-ballot Hall of Famer at right guard.
Yeah.
I'm good with my offensive line, and I think they will rise and shine and protect in ways they haven't all year.
BG, Brandon Graham.
Okay, all of them.
Hargrove.
Hey, you're right.
Fletch.
You got it. Okay.
Sweat.
Okay, I hear you. But would you believe that we're still number 2 in the league in turnover ratio? It's the telltale stat of football. We are number 2 to the Eagles, albeit to the Eagles, but they don't have their leader and their playmaker in this game, right?
Yeah.
Would you believe my offense is number 3 in scoring? And I think it's going to look like number 1 when this game is over on Saturday. That's what I think. We are 5th in third down conversions. That'll work. We are 7th in rushing. That'll work.
What is Bradbury and Slay going to be doing while y'all doing all this scoring?
They're really good. In fact, Bradbury should have been a Pro Bowler because when I look at the stats, the third level, fourth level stats, he was extraordinary. He actually had a better year than Slay did. Slay's just a bigger playmaker. He seems to be right place, right time more than Bradbury. Okay? But Bradbury made the play that started the deluge against Dallas because he's the one who tipped the ball up off Gallup's hands that went to Gardner Johnson, right? Yeah. And that was the first interception. Then Slay makes a great play on the second interception. Okay? You've got all that going for you. It is time for Dak Prescott to say, no, I got this. CeeDee Lamb, this is going to be his time to shine. He is going to live up to being a Pro Bowl player. He didn't go in the back door because somebody was hurt. He walked right through the front door.
Haven't you seen 7 years? You've been saying the same thing. It's time for Dak Prescott to rise and shine.
Yep.
For 7 years, you've said that.
My team is waiting to explode, and it's going to explode. This is going to be a showcase game. It's going to force you to sit back and reevaluate like, God, this team is loaded. It's their moment. It's their time. Here we go.
You know y'all got a couple of more duds, didn't you?
Yeah. You can't steal this Christmas, Mr. Grinch.
Nah. Gardner Minshew gonna do that.
You're Grinch and you're Scrooge.
Grinch.
You know, you're bad Santa saying Merry bleeping Christmas, right? You're all those. That's who you're trying to be, but you can't spoil this one.
Gardner Minshew gonna do that.
Santa Claus is coming to town. He's coming right here.
Gardner Minshew gonna do that.
Okay.
You know how Philly are? They don't like Santa Claus.
Good luck. They don't. They throw snowballs at Santa Claus. That's a good point.
Yes.
Well, guess what? This isn't in Philly anymore, and it's not going to snow. It's cold, but it's
watch. They're gonna steal that kettle.
Yeah.
That's Salvation Army. They'll take the whole cattle. Yeah.
Really?
They'll take the whole cattle.
Good. Then we will arrest them and put them in jail for it.
That might be going a little bit far, but I would totally be here for it if Gardner Minshew shows up in a Grinch costume. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be
That's
something.
what Devontae Graham did last night. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.